So New Mexico's governor issuing a 30-day ban on carrying guns in public in Albuquerque. I want to bring in now Jack Brewer, Foundation founder and commissioner of Federal Commission on the Social Status of Black Men and Boys, Jack Brewer. So let me tell you, this is... I know how much you believe in the Constitution. And this is so outrageous that Ted Lieu tweeted, Ted Lieu, like one of the most progressive of the progressives, I support gun safety laws. However, this order from the governor of New Mexico violates the U.S. Constitution. No state in the union can suspend the federal Constitution. There's no such thing as a state public health emergency except to the Constitution. Ted Lieu is saying this. But what do you think about this period, Jack, we're in, where it feels like we're getting more and more shots taken at the Constitution?
You know, the problem is they're doing it in the name of righteousness, right? So it's you know, they try to make you feel as if they're doing it for the social good of the people, when actually they're going literally against the fabric of what this nation was built on. You know, I look at these communities that are impacted by this, these families that are impacted by this. Just this last weekend, you had 42 people shot in Chicago. So all of a sudden, you're going to tell folks that have to go into these communities they can't protect their family. To even the thought of that, beyond the overreach on the Constitution. Right. But just let's talk about the core of this issue, that you think you have so much power that you're going to remove the ability for someone to protect their family.
Isn't it amazing, too? Everyone by now has seen the videos. I remember earlier, about a year ago, when these videos of people walking in stores, walking out with stuff. First, they used to run. Now they just walk. Right? And they carry as much as they can take. And, you know, of course, you got the same pushback. All of a sudden, companies are saying, we've never seen this before. In their report, you have one company, Five Below, that issued an earnings warning for the next 3 months. They said it's going to get worse in 3 months. And why? They all blame public policies like this that leave people with, there's no way we can defend ourselves, Jack.
You can, and that hurts the workers because they can't hire anymore. Now I just walked into a CVS. You can't even grab deodorant anymore without having someone open up a key. Just think about the trickle effects this is having on the U.S. economy. And again, I always go back to it. It is affecting those at the bottom. And that is what we have to stand for and stand against this outrageous just overreach by so many in power today.
You're the commissioner of the Federal Commission on Social Status of Black Men and Black Boys. A lot of these videos, you see young black men, and I think they're being lured into this. I mean, honestly, when I was living in Harlem, Jack, if it wasn't for my mom, they had the blackout. The year 1977 was the year of the blackout. My neighborhood was the hardest hit. I wanted to go loot. My mother was like, my mother was like, you won't. And I'm like, oh. But, when you watch TV and you can see you can get away with this and you're poor, it feels like you want me to do this. It feels like elected officials want me to do this. You're giving me the okay.
Yeah. They're appeasing it. And that's what's so sad. The time that you should be standing up and men should be standing up, authority figures should be standing up, they're actually promoting this. And it starts with the politicians. When you get elected, right? I know when I turn on the TV and I hear something come from the president or from the governor or the mayor, those are things that I take, as serious.
Sure.
And now you don't have that moral fabric to anything that they're saying. And so now you're allowing people to go out and steal up to $957 worth of products.
Right.
I mean, of course, the poor kid, of course, the kid that's going to be influenced is going to go do those things.
Right. And no one is saying that's right. We're just saying it's going to happen.
That's right.
And this is why your work is so important, because what happens, this void with fatherlessness.
That's right, Charles. We had an epidemic, 18.6 fatherless kids in America. We're the largest in the world in fatherlessness. And the impact on the economy from fatherlessness is something that I've been tracking. I mean, some studies show over $100 billion in negative effect to the economy because we have fatherless children. That's not even counting what the criminal justice system is. I'm on the board of the GEO Group. We have prisons across America that we put rehabilitation programs in, Charles.
Right.
Actually, let the American tax dollars go to rehabbing people so they can get out, get a job, be a part of this economy, right? And more importantly, get back in their house and be fathers and grandfathers and uncles to these kids.
Right. Great work, Jack.
God bless
you,
Charles.
Appreciate you.
God bless you, brother.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.